A super rare substance known as red mercury is repelled by garlic, attracted to gold. And guess what happens if you hold it up to a mirror? Yeah, the reflection doesn't show up. It almost sounds like a vampire. Weird. And the funny thing is, I've tried to look up information on red mercury. It's almost impossible to find.
Yes, I understand it's hard to find information about something that does not exist. In this video, you claim that red mercury is repelled by garlic and you showed us videos with a vial with a red substance or liquid inside with metal end caps. There's a secret. There's the, how can I say, the unveiling of the curtain of the magic of it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use a simple example of what they are doing with a magnet and a battery. This is not a strong magnet, so I'm not going to use a thick, something thick for it to work through. But essentially, what I do is putting the vial up with the metallic part on a surface, like with this paper, and I just take that magnet from the bottom and pull it. You see? Oh, it looks like it's moving there. That's the idea. So they have somebody pulling it, or them doing it itself, while they are pushing the piece of garlic towards it. The examples of in the bowl, when the liquid is just laying in the bowl and they're pushing that garlic towards it, it's just with your camera, you can just tilt the bowl and the camera at the same time, and then it will fall to the side. Easy. The videos with the part where it shows it doesn't show up in a mirror, basic video editing, you can do it. They do it for films, they do it for entertainment purposes, like he likes to mention. The ability to edit videos in that sense is widely available. You can even, you just put one vial in a video on top of the mirror with the red substance inside. Then you put take it from the same angle, you fix your camera on the angle, you just take a vial that's empty, put it there on the same spot, and then you edit it where you just rotoscope, for instance, the vial on the mirror side, or the empty vial, and just replace it with the vial with something red in it, or you just edit it so the vial that has nothing in it, or a white liquid in it, as you can see, white liquid, you just edit it so it looks red, because you can change the color values on photos and videos. It's what they do for movies, and it's basically what you do for Instagram and YouTube and all of that as well. The best part of this video is the claim that it's like vampire blood. That's just mystical, that's magical, that stuff that does not exist. And I don't know how light would work like that for something so you can see it with your eyes, but it can't be reflected in a mirror. That's not how light works. And lots of the claims with this mysterious element of red mercury is that it was an excellent or very energy dense element, so it would be ideal for energy creation, like for electricity, but there's no evidence found on that. It could be, they also claim it is used in nuclear bombs and is great for fission, but there's no evidence on that as well. There is also claims that it is used in alchemy, but alchemy is just basically magical potions, also just magic, not real. That's why we have a scientific based society. But the theories are there for the name of red mercury. It's actually strange. It's an interesting time when it popped up. It was in the late Cold War till the 1990s. Yeah, from 1970 to 1990s when people started mentioning it. So it's believed it could have been used as a name for stuff like to catch maybe on people on the black market trying to sell it. Be used as a code name for maybe actual nuclear elements that was used in bombs, like um, uranium, for instance. One of the belief substances that people would have thought about if they think about red mercury is mercury sulfide. It could have been. They like this crystal that is on the picture behind me. But this was mainly used as an pigment in dyes, and it is useless as a element in a nuclear bomb, and also it's chemically stable. One of the other forms of mercury that could have been used was, or as an example, was mercury oxide in the red form, this red powder, also in the image I have here. This was also useless in nuclear and radiation purposes, but it could have been used in old style detonations or detonators. And one of the last forms of mercury is mercury iodide. That could have been theorized as one of the proposed forms of red mercury. This substance is actually very chemically unstable, so it can react very fast, like to oxygen and so on. But it is still not special enough and suitable for nuclear applications.
To find. There's rumors that the technology was in old televisions and some military technology back in the day, and my grandfather even said that they used to put red mercury in thermometers. Maybe he was crazy. But here's the thing about mercury. If you apply electricity and magnetism to it, it spins and creates a toroidal field. Well, the people in the lighthouses in the old days, instead of having to constantly crank the light to have it spinning 24/7, they actually suspended it on liquid mercury and it would just rotate 24/7.
One of the traits of mercury is when you put electrical field through it, the free moving electrons moves into the field line, because and like any other metal. Now, because it's still a liquid, the mercury itself also forms into that field line. So when you have put a drop of mercury and you put an electrical charge on both sides, it will form itself towards that field line. So it will make a spike, or it will lengthen itself out. Now they are using the same idea of that, and also if you think about induction motors. Now this guy is applying a 2-volt DC voltage current to that base there. On that, there we see the wires is touching. Now there's a magnet underneath as well, but he put this bowl, the middle part and the outer rim of the bowl is isolated from each other, electrically isolated. Now he puts a current through them, that the mercury is the bridge, so is the contact point for the current to flow through, and it's alternating because he puts it through an inverter that change it from DC to AC, and through this it starts spinning because it starts forming itself to the magnetic lines or the field lines of the electricity, and then while alternating, so it doesn't stay in the one direction, so it changes, and that's how it starts doing the rotation. As far as my explanation I can give by the visual you can see. In lighthouses, they could have also used mercury in the form of a mercury vapor lamp, where if you put an electric current through the vapor, it iodizes and it emits light.